Now to the US, which has seen an unspeakable tragedy today. They call it mass shooting. It is in fact gun terror. The victims are school children, 19 of them, killed in their school as an 18-year-old gunman went on a rampage. And this happened in Texas. The attacker has been shot dead, but this killing spree is far from over. Tonight, we'll tell you why. But first, a report on what happened in Texas.
These images are from Uvalde, a small, close-knit town in Texas. What you see are grieving parents, mourning the loss of their children, who were killed by America's gun terror. The carnage unfolded on May 24th. A gunman stormed a primary school in Uvalde and murdered at least 19 children. 2 teachers were also killed. The suspect was a teenager himself. He has been identified as 18-year-old Salvador Ramos. Reports say he shot his own grandmother before the massacre, then fled the scene and crashed his car. It rammed into the Robb Elementary School, and that's where he launched a bloody rampage. It ended only when he was shot dead by the cops. What were his motives? No one knows. Investigators say he was carrying a handgun, an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle, and high-capacity magazines. Where did he get them from? Again, no answers yet. The town of Uvalde is in a state of shock. Never in its history has it witnessed such an event. Condolences are pouring in, along with outrage.
Keep asking questions of what's going on, and nobody's telling me anything. Nobody's telling me anything.
Never thought something like this would happen in a small town and friendly as Uvalde, where we know each other, and it's been a very, very bad tragic here.
It has.
This incident of gun terror was by far the worst in a decade. The deadliest one at a school. Social media is flooded with posts of disbelief and anger. From politicians to celebrities to athletes, they are all speaking out. This is Senator Chris Murphy making an impassioned appeal to his colleagues.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Just days after a shooter walked into a grocery store to gun down African-American patrons, we have another Sandy Hook on our hands. What are we doing? There have been more mass shootings than days in the year. Our kids are living in fear every single time they set foot in a classroom because they think they're going to be next. What are we doing? Why do you spend all this time running for the United States Senate? Why do you go through all the hassle of getting this job, of putting yourself in a position of authority, if your answer is that as this slaughter increases, as our kids run for their lives, we do nothing? What are we doing? Why are you here? If not to solve a problem as existential as this. This isn't inevitable. These kids weren't unlucky. This only happens in this country and nowhere else.
The senator's remarks have struck a chord with many. Such shootings are indeed unique to the United States of America. The numbers tell the horror story. Firearm deaths have become a part of American life. According to one report, nearly 53 Americans are killed every day by a gun. In the last 50 years, more than 1.5 million Americans died due to gun terror. That's higher than the number of soldiers killed in all U.S. wars put together. In 2020 alone, 45,000 Americans died due to gun terror. That's more deaths than any year on record. And the Texas school massacre was the 9th mass shooting in 2022. The last one took place 10 days ago. Who and what is to blame? Politicians, gun lobbies, and America's gun culture. There are over 390 million guns in circulation in America. That's almost 60 million more than the country's entire population. What's worse is the age limit to buy firearms. In most American states, the minimum legal age is 18. In the case of Texas, where this crime unfolded, the age limit was 21. But last year, Texas expanded gun rights. It lowered the age limit to 18 and allowed people to carry handguns without licenses. Why did it do this? Because of a campaign which called gun ban on young adults a violation of their constitutional rights. What about the right to life? The right to safety in schools and on streets? Clearly, 21st century America does not guarantee those rights.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.